Class 12, you have already done in BST planning, and this will be the next topic, organizing. Now, what do you mean by the term organizing? Now, first of all, let me tell you, now a proper business, if you have to lay out a proper business, you have to first plan out, because if you don't plan out what are the activities or what are the goals of the business should be, you cannot land up to the desired path where you want the business to be in the future, in the next 5 years, or suppose 10 years, 20 years, whatever is the scenario. So business is a continuous process, and before any production activity takes place in a business, you have to plan it first, so that you ultimately know what is the direction of movement that the business should be in, or it should take in the long run. Now next is organizing. Now suppose planning is done, proper planning is made, what you are going to produce and what will be the business focus and what is going to be the end targeted profit. Then you have to organize. Now what is meant by organization? Suppose I am giving a small example. Suppose you have to do an economics project, class 12 economics project. So I have already given you the plan, how you will do it. It will be an entire class project. What are the drawings? What are the points, key areas where you should focus, so that the end result will be the best of projects you can deliver. But if I don't organize means if I don't assign the task to the respective students. Suppose I am not assigning who will draw. So it is you who have to decide amongst yourself that who is going to draw. Now what will happen? 2-3 students will come up with the same drawing, because they felt that we should give drawing for the project, and they all took a picture and they drew it. So what happened over here? They were confused, and thereby they all gave the same drawing. They thought that nobody else will do, it is me who is doing. So what happened? It was a repetition of work. So instead of that particular drawing, they could have focused. If they knew that a friend of theirs is doing that drawing, they would have delivered some other drawing. They would have devoted the time in some other drawing. Now suppose I am assigning a task of writing to a person whose handwriting is very bad. So what will happen? The project will ultimately not be attractive. So here a chaotic situation is prevailing. When you are planning the project, when you are telling the students that what you need to do, and after that if I leave it, I don't organize the work or distribute the work among yourself, then there can be chaos. Chaos means people will feel, others will do, somebody will feel that no, I am not going to do, some other friend is going to bring the materials of the project. Now this chaos will prevail. Second, there will be repetition of work. Suppose you are writing, your friend is also writing the same materials. You are drawing, the friend is also delivering the same picture for the project. So there will be repetition of work, since you don't know what the opponent is doing. So what do you need? You need a proper arrangement of the work. Now if I, with the layout of the plan, if I have organized the work in such a way that I give the drawing to those who can draw well, and I can tell them that you will do this 2 drawing, other will do the next 2 drawing. So what I am doing, I am arranging the work, I am distributing the work, and also I am taking into my consideration what is their skill set. If they can draw well, then I will give them the drawing, and there will be no repetition of work, because I am assigning them with some particular drawings to the each individuals. Now suppose I give the writing of the project to somebody else who can write well, and handwriting is also good, and collection of material I am giving to somebody else, and the purchase of the materials to the other. So what I am doing, I am basically organizing the work. So organizing means proper arrangement of the work in a way that leads to minimum confusion, then no wastage of effort. Wastage of effort happens when the same work is repeated by 2-3. They would have otherwise given their time and concentrated on other important works of the project. And no wastage of effort means no repetition of work. Now, when 2 to 3 person is delivering the same drawing, not only there is repetition of work or wastage of effort, but another thing is also wasted. Suppose for the drawing, the colors that you have used, the paper that you have used, that means the materials in which you three have drawn the same drawing, the materials are also wasted, because three same pictures cannot be put up in a project because you three have done that. But the work was not organized. So there will be repetition of work, repetition of wastage of effort, and the materials that you have used. Suppose out of the 3 pictures I have selected the best picture. So the second and third picture, the papers are wasted, the materials used in the painting is also wasted. So it also leads to wastage of materials. Now similarly, this was just an example. Similarly, in the business also you have done proper planning, but you have not organized the work. Organizing means arranging the work in such a way, distributing the work in such a way that you keep in mind the skill set of the people, and you also see that there is minimum confusion. You don't, businessman, if they have made a planning, they want to achieve the desired profit, and if the employees who are working in the business, they feel, okay, this work I will not do, others will do it. Others may feel that I am not going to do this work, others will do it. So everyone is depending on the other to do the work. So what will happen ultimately? Confusion and lack of delivery of the task, because everybody is postponing their activity and feeling dependent that the others are going to deliver the work. So ultimately your target cannot be fulfilled. So organizing inside the business is done to minimize the confusion. Everybody knows their own work. So there is also division of work and division of work according to the skills of the people engaged in the business, so that there is minimum confusion, minimum wastage of efforts, no repetition of work, wastage of materials is minimum. Now business, they have a capital investment. They have to first deliver the business and they require money. Now with that money they are purchasing the materials. Now they will also see that the materials are used in such right way that there is minimum wastage of materials. So if there is repetition of work, same work is done by the worksmen, same materials are used, but it is of no need, so materials will be wasted. So to minimize the wastage of materials also, there is a need to organize the work inside the business. And also there is a authority, responsibility, or proper superior subordinate relationship is developed. Now what do you mean by authority, responsibility, or superior subordinate relationship? Suppose I am going back to that economics project. Suppose you all don't know that who is going to do what, and nobody has the authority. Authority means power. So any one student cannot ask the others, they don't have the power to ask the others that what is your contribution to the project, what you have done for the project, just show. Because nobody will be willing to show to that individual, because the teacher has not given any power to that particular student to actually get the list of the work done by other students. So what happens? Nobody is answerable to anyone. So in a business, if it functions in that manner, that nobody is supposed to report or is answerable to anyone, then they will not do their work with proper initiative. Authority responsibility means superior subordinate relationship. That means in a business firm, strictly who is the superior or who is the boss or who is the team leader has to be known, and he is considered superior, and he is in charge of all the other subordinate members who are participating. Now from superior to subordinate, the directions flow. Direction means the directives of work, what they have to do is dictated by the superior. Similarly, subordinates have to report about the work. That means they have to continuously show how the work is proceeding to the superior. So there is a superior subordinate relationship development inside the business, so that subordinates know that at the end of the day the superiors have the power to ask them question, and superiors know that they can assign the work to the juniors. Now in your class, in that economics project, if one student tells you, dictates you, do that work, will you do? No, because you will feel that who is she or he to dictate. Similarly, you will also not report. Suppose you are doing a certain work, you don't know that whom you have to show it or to report it. So what will happen? A chaotic situation still prevails, and ultimate goal, to reach the ultimate goal and on the final day of the project, you will feel that no work is done in a proper manner, because nobody was answerable to anyone, nobody had the power to dictate to you what to do. There will be repetition of work, you three might come up with same writing materials and with same drawing. There will be all chaotic situation that will not deliver a good final project. Similarly, in a business, first step is to plan out. Planning means all the activities that the business should undertake during its course, and planning is also made about what is going to be the targeted profit that the business wants to achieve. What is the next step? It is organizing. What is organizing? It is arrangement. Arrangement of what? Arranging everything. The men involved in the business, the machinery, how it has to be used, the materials, how it has to be used so that there is minimum wastage, and a proper authority responsibility or superior subordinate relationship, so that people know who is going to give direction and where they need to report back about the business work proceedings. And how does organization helps you? The entire work, when divided according to the skill set, there will be proper work done, and when you are doing the same work repeatedly, you will acquire specialization. Suppose a pen making, business. Now suppose a worker has to make all the parts, that is the ink, the body, the cap and the entire fittings, and he has to deliver the pen. So he is engaged in so many activities. So what will happen? Specialization will be least. But suppose I am dividing the entire work, as there will be a worker who will be only producing the cap in this pen business, and there will be a worker who will be only engaged in production of the body. There will be worker who will be engaged in production of the ink. and one for the cap, and the other who will be sitting there with all the materials he will assemble and finally deliver the product. So what will happen, each individual is doing the minimum work possible and they are doing it repeatedly, so there will be specialization, and once you do the same work repeatedly you gain speed in that work. So in a day you will be able to do more and more work and deliver huge outcome for the business. Suppose you are doing 5 sums and every day you are doing the same 5 sums, what will happen? The numbers will almost be known to you, the sums you know, they will follow the same method. So every day you will be taking lesser and lesser time. Lesser time means within the time you can fit in some more work. Similarly, if the workers are divided, the work is entirely divided, and what will happen on repeated doing, they will acquire specialization in that work. When you do the same work daily, you acquire speed, and what will happen, in no time or in less time they will be able to deliver greater amounts of outcome, and that is the only demand of the business. When you can deliver more product, they can sell more in the market, and that going to expand their profit. And this entire arrangement helps in removing all sorts of confusion about work, because you are entitling everyone with their own desired work. There will be no wastage of effort, because same work is not repeated by anybody. Everybody is doing maybe a very tiny portion of the work, but he or she is engaged in that work and no other person is doing that work, and no repetition of work takes place, and there will be reduced wastage of materials, because materials are also managed properly and it is delivered only to those under the supervision of the authority, that where the materials are going and how much they are able to use and whether there is wastage or not. So everything is happening in a controllable manner. So now in brief, what is the meaning of organizing? Organizing refers to creation of systematic organizational structure. Okay, the structure is formed in this particular activity to form hierarchy of job position. Hierarchy of job position means who will be the top, then who will be the next one, who will be heading the team, then who will be the subordinates working under them, then subordinates are also superior to someone, those who are working at the worker level. So proper job positions are actually organized over here, bringing together human physical resources. What do you mean by human physical resources? All these resources, men, money, machines, materials and methods, all these are needed to finally deliver the product. Like men and machineries are needed to work upon the raw materials, money is needed to hire machines, men purchase the materials, and a particular method is applied when the raw material or intermediate goods get converted to the final products. And establishing a productive means good result or good outcome giving or highest outcome possible. Establishing a productive superior subordinate relationship. So such a relationship that will help the business to get some productive results, because the subordinates will work under the pressure of superior and the superior will get proper knowledge about the work done by the subordinates. For achieving specified goals laid down during planning. So in order to make the planning successful, what they have planned regarding the future prospects, what they have planned regarding the future estimation of profit, it will only be successful if the proper job positions are given and proper superior subordinate relationships are known, proper management of all the factors needed for production inside the business. If this is done, then only the whatever plan has been made can be achieved. The goal can be achieved.